Good morning, Mr. Bode, and also everyone. In this occasion, I would like to present my research proposal. The title is The Correlation Between Student Vocabulary Mastery and Speaking Ability of the 10th grade student of SMK Negara dan Pasar in the academic year 2024-2025. Here is the table of content. And Chapter 1, Introduction. Speaking skill is an important ability for students because it is essential for effective communication in both academic and real-life setting. Ms. Anturksi 2003 stated that spoken language was the first form in human communication. Ms. Brown 2004, page 140, said that speaking ability is challenging to master because it includes all the component in English. But to overcome speaking problems, we don't only need media or only but also need to be support by collaborate student. According to Moffer 2010, word symbolizes idea. Without words, human can communicate and interact with each other, and SMK Negara Pasar student also experience speaking problems. And for the research problem, is there any significant correlation between vocabulary mastery and speaking skill obtained with student of SMK Negara Pasar in the academic year 2024 and 2025? Now, chapter 2, theoretical review and empirical review. According to Brown, 2001, speaking involves the creation and transmission of meaning using verbal and non-verbal signal. And based on Wells et al. 2010, vocabulary mastery is the component of a list or a collection of words that support language development applied by individual classes or work. This is an important skill that is the main foundation of language. And the first research from UWinda 2015 into the relationship between vocabulary mastery and speaking of class 11 student at Manuel Balangkaraya. The interpret in the same vocabulary as word and speak, meanwhile the different less in the research subject. The subject of study is at the high school level, meanwhile the researchers suggest at vocational high school level. The reason is that there are no other vocational high school students that use their cognitive ability to the maximum compared to the students in their high school. The reason is also supported by their achievement, especially in English. And for the second research, from February 2017, the total correlation between student mastery of vocabulary and speaking skill in third semester student department of English, Universitas of Muhammadiyah Malang. The similarities are found in these two studies which focus on the correlation between mastery of vocabulary and speaking skill. The instruments are the same, vocabulary test and speak, meanwhile the difference lies in the research subject. The subject of the study is English department, meanwhile the research subject is at the vocational high school level. The reason is that junior high school students are likely to use this cognitively often compared to English subject. And for the hypothesis by Ariko 2006, student that a hypothesis is like a temporary answer to a research question until all the data is obtained. The following is the hypothesis for the research. The first one is alternative hypothesis. There is correlation between speaking skill and vocabulary mastery of the student of SMK Raisa dan Pasar. The second one is null hypothesis. There is no correlation between speaking skill and vocabulary mastery of the student of SMK Raisa dan Pasar. Now, chapter 3, research pattern. Research design according to the Ari et al. 2010 state that relational research is a very flexible tool that can be applied in various types of research. They highlight three main ways that correlation research is used. The first one is to test relationship between different variables. Second, to assess consistency across case or situation. And the third, to make prediction about future outcomes. The researchers use this design to find out the degree of relationship between student speaking ability and vocabulary. For population and sample, the researchers decided to conduct research on the class 10 TBSM student at SMK dan Pasar in the 2024 and 2025 academic years. There are two classes of the class 10 student of SMK dan Pasar. Each class has a minimum of 27 students and maximum of 32 students. There are 59 students in class 10 TBSM at SMK dan Pasar. Additionally, 59 students are considered as the population. Based on Aristoteles' theory in the member of the student consists less than 100, the sample becomes all the population. So the sample is taken by using total sampling technique by Aristoteles 2010, page 177. The first research instrument. In this research, a combination of instruments will be used to assess various aspects relevant to the research objective. The material of the test will be taken from monologue and the vocabulary test. The researcher will ask the student to give opinion about the picture that is given by the researcher, and the last is speaking test by interviewing the student about their experience in their life. Because the student help learn about the subject material, carefully selection and construction of instrument is an important step in scientific research, as it plays an important role in the data collection process. And for data collection, to collect the data of this research, the researcher will use two kinds of instruments. They are vocabulary test and speaking test. For the speaking test, students perform a monologue in front of the class. Data collection was carried out by administering the data, often using illustrated monologue speech as a research instrument. And in performing a monologue speech with picture cues, students are given 2 minutes. There are 20 pictures that will be provided by researchers. Students should choose one of the picture and then tell about the picture for a maximum of 2 minutes in front of the class. The vocabulary to the six questionnaire was filled out using sheet of paper provided by the researcher. Students were given 30 minutes to complete the question, and the total score indicating the sample will be considered as data collection for the study. For data analysis, data analysis process involves several steps using pre-questing analysis and potential testing, which is facilitated by SPSS, a version 26 for Windows. Initially, the analysis prerequisites include for normality and homogeneity test. Next, hypothesis testing require person, product, moment analysis, and t-test. In summary, the data analysis process can be described as follows. The first one is prerequisite analysis is very important in this research and will be carried out using SPSS version uh, 26 for Windows. Normality and homogeneity tests are important prerequisites before proceeding to the next statistical step. In summary, before performing produce momental analysis in person t-test, it is important to ensure whether the data show as normal and homogeneous distribution. In normality test, research use SPSS version 26 for Windows to assess the distribution of data, which include response from 27 questionnaire and short text. Normal distribution was evaluated using the Shapiro-Wilk test. A low p-value indicate that the data dispersion deviates significantly from a normal distribution. And the homogeneous test ensure that the data collected for analysis count from population that are not significantly different from each other. In this research, researchers use the statistical calculation via the statistical packet for social science SPS version 26 to carry out the homogeneity test. Hypothesis testing function to evaluate the possibility of the truth of a given hypothesis and is carried out using SPSS version 26 for Windows. Hypothesis testing procedure used in this research include person, product, moment, and t-test. Once the result of the abnormality test, the researcher continued to the analysis whether there was a correlation between the two variables by calculating the correlation coefficient. Coefficiency. In this analysis, the motivation variable is used as the independent variables x, while speaking scale are the independent variables y. To assess the correlation between these variables, research used the person product 28 moment coefficient. In the study, researchers used a paired sample t-test and analysis the result, also known as a dependent sample t-test. This statistical method determines whether the difference in mean between two sets of a precision is equal to 0. I think that's all about my presentation of proposal. Thank you.